Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Martha and my channel is Preparing for Retirement. And I just want to do a quick update. We are, I think, 7 days into our cruise. It's early morning and I have my coffee. And we just did our third time change last night. So we're now 3 hours ahead of Eastern time. So, I still wake up early, as you can see from the dark outside. So it's pretty quiet on the ship still. But they're getting ready to open up breakfast soon. And I wanted to take a quick opportunity here in the relative peace of the buffet to just kind of give an update on my feelings with this cruise, my thoughts and feelings. I haven't posted any of the cruise content yet, which I will. I just need to do a little more work on the videos, putting them together. But for anyone who doesn't know, we started a transatlantic cruise with Celebrity about, what day is it? Okay, 6 days ago. And this is only the second cruise that I've ever taken. The only other cruise that we'd taken was a 7-day cruise in the Western Caribbean, and it was probably about 14 years ago. And I did not have a good time on this cruise at all. It was complete chaos. It was extremely crowded. It was the day after Christmas. It was a very large ship. And I think at the time that this particular cruise line said it was the first of their big ships or whatever. But, and it wasn't the fault of the crew. The crew was great. Everyone was nice. The food was good on this other cruise. But it was just one of those things that, it just wasn't a good match, I think, for my husband and I. Neither of us really enjoyed the cruise a whole lot. It was just not our particular cup of tea. So that's why I'm not mentioning the name of the cruise line. It just was a bit more chaotic than I would prefer. So I had said that I would never take another cruise. So with us starting this new way of life with slow travel, we thought, well, let's give a try to a repositioning cruise. And we'd heard that Celebrity might be more along the line of the type of cruise experience that we were looking for. So we went ahead and booked a transatlantic cruise from Florida to Italy for this spring. And I have to say, I'm 1 week into a 16-night cruise, and it's been fantastic. It's a much more, it's a different demographic, so it's not as chaotic. It's just, I don't know how to put it. I'm really enjoying this cruise, is I guess what I want to say. I'm really enjoying it. The staff has been wonderful. I cannot say enough about it. We've got a cabin steward. His name is Joseph, and he's absolutely wonderful. He knows everybody's name. He sees you several times a day, and always checking on you, and very personable. And you can tell that he cares about his people and his responsibilities, and he's wonderful. I can't say enough about Joseph. But the rest of the experiences we've had here, I have never failed to have been greeted by the crew with a smile. How are you? Are you having a good time? Welcome. Just it's such a nice experience here. No matter if you have to ask for the smallest thing or if something larger, if something happens, they just want to help, and they're so accommodating and so kind. At one point I lost my key. I felt so stupid, my access card, and went down, and the concierge said, "Oh, ma'am," he says, "this happens all the time. Don't worry about it." He just took care of it in about 2 seconds, and it was done. And I felt a little less stupid, I guess. A little less, silly. But I, the onboarding process, which I'm going to have a little bit of footage to go with that. I might drop it here. But the onboarding process was absolutely fantastic. It was so fast. We did purchase the premium Wi-Fi and premium access perk. I am working on this cruise still, so I do need the best Wi-Fi that they have to be able to work. And so we thought, well, it's a couple dollars more to get the premium access, and there were all kinds of benefits that went with that. One was priority embarkation and debarkation, priority luggage handling, reserve seating for all shows. There's a section for premium access people, and then also free room service, where there's not only no delivery charge, but also the gratuities have been paid, so you don't have to worry about anything. You just order what you want. You can do it as many times as you want, doesn't matter. There's a few more perks with it, but because we had the premium access, we checked in, and actually we didn't have to wait till our boarding time. They said, with this access, you just come whenever you feel like coming. And so we showed up. They started boarding around 11 o'clock, I think was the goal. And we got there around 10:45. We whipped right through security. It was like, 2 minutes, nothing like the airport. Everyone was very solicitous. And as soon as we made it through, they said, "Oh, go sit over there." And after they call first class, which I guess is probably the retreat and concierge cabin customers, they said after they call first class, then they'll call you next. So we walked over. It wasn't 10 feet away, and we didn't even get a chance to sit down before the man came over and said, "Oh, come on aboard." And I don't even think we waited 5 minutes. It was so fast. And, we got aboard, and we had to, walk to our duty station, which was right there ours was at the Celebrity Theater. And then from there, we were able to go drop our luggage in front of our cabin. That's where we first met Joseph. He was cleaning up the cabins from the last trip. And so we just dropped our luggage in front of the room, and then we walked the ship a little bit. We had some time. Oh yes, and another item in the premium access is that you do get to eat in the main dining room along with the retreat and concierge cabin passengers on that first day. For everybody else, they have to go into the buffet, and it's a completely different experience on your first day. The buffet is packed on the first day. I can't say that enough. Everybody on the ship is coming to have that lunch, and it was pretty crazy. We did happen to walk through after we got done with our lunch at the main dining room, and it was chaos. It was chaos at the buffet. Everything was very orderly in terms of how the ship is run and all, but people were just, I don't know. I don't know what comes over people in a buffet. But anyway, the food here has been absolutely fabulous. I think that my husband and I had the best meal we've ever had in our lives at Tuscan Grill. I've never seen my husband unable to eat another bite. He's a pretty healthy eater, and he didn't finish all his food. He couldn't. Not that that's a sign of a good meal, but this was also very, very high quality. It was absolutely delicious, and I'll do a review of that restaurant as well. But just to give a general impression, I'm so pleased with our experience here so far. We've done one port call, and it was Bermuda, and off, fast, easy, on, fast, easy. It's just so orderly, and they greeted us to come back on the ship. They greeted us with some nice cold towels. It was a hot day, and so, as we were in line waiting to get back on the ship, there was a lovely lady coming through with a tray of towels and just handing you a cold towel so that you could refresh yourself. It was really nice. So anyway, just wanted to give my general impressions on the first few days of the ship. I will have more cruise content coming. I need to somehow find some balance between trying to relax on a ship, working a full-time job, and also, putting the videos together. But I'll find the balance. I'll get it out there. But in the meantime, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. I've been getting more new subscribers lately and some really kind comments. And I just want to say thank you, because I really appreciate that. I'm on a little journey, challenging myself to be on camera, challenging myself to share more, and so thank you for coming along with me, and I hope you have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Bye.